Welcome to another episode of What the Hell? And today we have a TI-83, which I bought at a thrift store the other day for, I think, $1 or a few bucks. And as usual, this one doesn't work. And the problem with this one is it has an intermittent display problem where sometimes it will come on, other times it won't. And sometimes you'll see glitchy or distorted graphics, and it also has missing vertical pixels. Previously, I made a video about the TI-82 with the missing pixel problem, and I think the problem or the fix for this one will be similar to that one. So let's get to this. So basically, we just remove the 6 screws on the back, and the screws on this one uses a torque screw or a torque bit, T6 size T6. Come on, this one's a bit harder to catch. There we go. 6. And 1 Phillips screw for the backup battery. And then you'll have to use some type of a wedge tool to pry open the case. So the easiest way is to start from the top where it opens up just enough right there to fit in this wedge tool, and then you just pry it along the sides going down. Just make sure not to go too deep or you'll hit the circuit board. Okay, that's the spring for the battery. You can put that back later. Now we unscrew the foil shield. So I went ahead and looked at the TI-82 video that I posted a while ago and compared the layout of the TI-83, and it would appear that the layouts are pretty much the same. The chips are all in the same location, the ribbon cables are all in the same location. So if I would have to guess, I'd say that the repair would probably be pretty much the same, but we'll find out. Okay, after doing some tests, I figured out what was causing the problem. Like, as I mentioned, this one had 2 problems where it had some missing vertical pixels as well as distorted graphics. So I figured out that this ribbon cable is attached to the LCD itself. So this one is responsible for outputting the pixels. And this is also where the problem comes with the missing vertical pixels. And this ribbon cable is, I'm guessing it's responsible for the logic, and this is the cause of the problems with the distorted graphics or missing letters or numbers or misplaced letters and numbers. So the way we fix that is the way we fix the TI-82 is simply by reattaching these cables. And with this particular calculator, the cables itself was actually detached when I opened it. This one was, it looks like it was attached, but it wasn't. But this one was pretty much detached, as well as on this side. I need to be careful, I don't want to pull it off. And over here, where the ribbon cable is attached to the glass itself, that one was completely detached. So just like with the TI-82, what we'll do is pretty much just reheat these cable, which are bonded to the glass via a thermally conductive adhesive, similar to this one. So just by taking our soldering iron, this one has a flat wedge tip, and I've set the soldering station to the lowest temperature as I could go. So in order to reattach these cables to the board, we take our soldering iron. I've set the temperature to the lowest setting possible. So it's still quite hot to the touch, but it won't melt the plastic itself. It's hot enough to melt the conductive adhesive on here. So just like with the TI-82, we'll just try to remelt that adhesive by swiping across the cable slowly and applying slight pressure. Just like so. So this tip has a wedge and it's flat. So you just gotta make sure you have the right angle to ensure that the flattest side is making proper contact on the surface. And then you just try to hit the cable in different angles just to make sure you hit everything. And make sure that you've stayed long enough to remelt that glue. And you can see that as you apply the heat, you will see on the cable, you'll see the imprint of the circuit pad underneath. So if you're doing it right, if the temperature is high enough, and as soon as you press on the cable and apply pressure, you'll see the pad come through the cable, the imprint of it. So you do that several passes, different angles, and then carefully do it on this side as well. Like I said, this one was completely detached. I've already reattached it. And with this one, since it was completely detached, I had to make sure that it was completely or properly aligned. And it's kind of hard to do because they're very tiny. So what I did is I tried to align it as best as possible, but just by visually centering it. And then I just reattach just one corner over here and then do the other side and then the middle, just so that the cable doesn't shift as I try to reattach it. And then after that, I just run across it slowly, applying slight pressure. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, that you could see the ribs of the trace pad coming through the plastic. So it's like ridges. So as you melt the glue, you'll see those ridges come through the plastic. And after that's done, then hit this side as well. You really have to be careful with these cables. You don't want to over pull it that you crack the cable, given how old these calculators are. I don't know how brittle these cables will be. You can see this one has a slight wrinkle already, so I don't want to keep on torquing it, stretching it unnecessarily. And that's all there is to it. So the cable should reattach pretty much right away as you heat it. Next is just turn it on. Let me put the spring back on here. Let's do a quick test. Moment of truth. There you go. Every pixel seems to be there. Let's increase the contrast. Everything looks solid. There you go, all fixed. Thanks for watching.